Right, today we are going to delve into something that I'm pretty sure we all need. We are going to switch and transform our day from starting in a place of overwhelm, and instead we're going to start from a place of calm and clarity. If you are someone who starts the day already feeling like you're behind the ball, this episode is for you. You are just 5 minutes away from rewiring your day. We all know how easy it is to start our day by scrolling our phones, checking the emails, getting on all our digital devices to either get ahead of the day, see who needs us, or figure out where we're running behind. However, this shifts us from the get-go into a state of calm. But what if I told you, instead of reacting to your life, you could take control of it by making simple switches in just 5 minutes a day? These two tools that I'm going to share with you in this episode are going to get you from a state of overwhelm into empowerment. And every morning you get to choose the one that most resonates with you. Now, before I get into the tools, I want you to understand a little bit about how and why this works. Studies show that when we understand the reason why we're doing something, or when we put intention behind what we're doing, we're more likely to get results. So this is really important. And don't worry, I'm going to get right into those two tools. I'm going to make this super quick for you so you can get started. So essentially, these tools that I'm going to share are going to become your reset button. This is something that's going to help you in those moments all throughout your day, all throughout your life, where you get knocked out of alignment or off center. What does that mean? Those are those moments where, let's play out some scenarios so we can really drive this home. Maybe you have a tough interaction with a coworker, or maybe a tense conflict with a friend or family member, or perhaps you're already running late and then your kid throws a meltdown trying to get out of the house, getting on their shoes or packing their stuff or whatever it is. In these moments, our heart rate goes up, our body's tense. We start playing out the past, things like, she always does this. Of course she's doing this again. Or, of course I'm running late and I hit a roadblock. This always happens to me, right? Victim mindset. Or we start to what I like to call future trip. We make this not about this moment, but all the things that are going to happen down the line because of this moment. We create these stories. So maybe you can't get out the door because your child is throwing a fit. And instead of making it just about these moments, we future trip. Gosh, if I can't control my kid now, what's going to happen when they're a teenager? Or we trip about what other people are thinking about us. My kid is throwing a tantrum in the middle of this public scene, and what are all these people thinking about me? Right? So in these moments, we go into survival mode. We have this release of chemical cocktails that fill our body with stress. And that serves a purpose because our body thinks we're fighting for survival. So we get into our amygdala, we get into our survival brain, but it doesn't serve us right now. When we're in this survival part of our brain, we can't even make rational decisions. Think about our brain as having two main parts. There's a lot more to it than that, but there's basically like the survival part and the CEO part. And we want to be sitting in the seat of the CEO because that's when we can make rational decisions. That's when we can figure out our way out of these scenarios. And so having the ability to hit these reset buttons in these scenarios is so powerful, because what that means is in this moment, you're going to be able to zoom in instead of making it so big, and you're going to be able to create the solution in the moment. Sound good? In order to get back to our center, in order to get back into realignment, in order to get back into that present moment and get from a state of overwhelm into empowerment or chaos into clarity, we first need to know what that center feels like. What does it feel like when we're in our body? What does it feel like when we're in the moment? And so what we're going to do in order to make this reset button really easy to find visually and really easy to push, we're going to spend more time sitting in our center and literally rewiring our brain. This is so powerful. And one of my favorite things about this is how quick and easy it can be. So what we're going to do to hijack this whole system is we are going to retrain our brain. We are going to rewire a new path, right? So we're going to create what's called new neural synapses. A neural synapse is kind of like a path. And so we're used to taking the old path. We're used to going the old way. Guess what? The old way isn't working anymore. We're used to trying to dig ourselves out of these situations without having effective tools for in the moment. We're used to thinking that the more we use self-care, the better we're going to be in these moments. But if self-care is like an hour massage on a table or a facial, or, this old system of what we used to think of self-care, it can't serve us in the moment. So we're going to use this new system. We're going to create this new path. And the more we walk on this path, the easier it's going to be to take it. So what we're going to do to make this fast and easy is we're going to start spending more time in our center in the time of day when our brain is the most easily trainable. What this is going to translate to is very quick and easy changes. And I don't know about you, but I'm looking for more quick and easy in my life. So if that sounds good to you, here we go. Okay, so the time of our day when our brain is the most malleable, the most suggestible, the time of the day when we are in the subconscious and so easily trained to make that new path is first thing in the morning and last thing at night before we go to bed. So this is when we're going to use these two tools. And at the end of this episode, I'm going to share a bonus tool that's going to make this stuff happen even faster and more efficiently. So make sure you hang on for that third bonus tool. All right, so now that you know that, now that you know the morning when you first wake up and the night just before you go to bed is when your brain is the most highly suggestible, I want to ask the question, what are you currently doing during that time? Are you hopping on your phone? Are you checking emails? Are you carving the path for chaos? Or are you carving the path for calm? Are you building the connections in your brain that help you feel balanced during the day? Are you feeding the connections of your brain that make you feel overwhelmed or that you have so much going on or that there's not enough time during the day? So this can be like a really humbling question, but I just encourage you, start to notice your behaviors first thing in the morning and last thing at night before you go to bed. This is really, really powerful time. When we hone in on this time, it takes very little time. Everybody's limited resource. It takes very little time to make these changes. Again, fast and easy is the key here. All right, so ready to hear the first tools? So I'm going to share with you two tools. These are my favorite go-tos, and you can either pick one and lean into it and do it every morning and keep things simple. Maybe you choose one and do that for 4 weeks, and then you choose another one and do that for 4 weeks. You can do what I do. I wake up and I ask myself, which one sounds more like what I need? Or which one sounds like it's going to help me feel less overwhelmed? Or which one sounds more fun? Like I literally give myself permission to pivot into either one every single morning. If you're someone who needs a system to follow, put it in the comments, shoot me an email. I'm going to leave my email address down below and tell me, and I'll create a system for you. No worries. I got you. All right. So the first tool that you can use in the morning or at night, just before you go to bed, is a journal. Now, I want to say for so long, I had heard that and I was so overwhelmed by the process of journaling. And I let that be a roadblock that stopped me from taking the first step into this practice. I want to encourage you that journaling does not have to look a certain way. The less perfect, the better. And I would start by simply taking that first step. And that first step in my mind would be grabbing a journal, right? So have some fun. Go to a cool bookstore. Go on Amazon. Pick out a beautiful journal that resonates with you. I've actually created one to take this step out of it for you and make it fast and easy. If you want to grab that journal, I'll link it below. So you can just add that to your cart, check out, and that step is already taken care of for you. One of the reasons that journaling is so powerful is that this is a way to clear our mental clutter and to get ourselves into present time, which is where we have all the solutions. Journaling gets us into our center. Journaling gets us back into realignment. And with everything, I think the more simple we make this process, the more likely we are to use it. The way I look at it is a two-part process. The left side is for clearing the mental clutter, and the right side is for creating my future vision. I like to create an analogy because I think when we, at least for me, I'm a really visual person. I don't know if you are as well, but when I have a visual, it makes these processes easier for me. So for me, I look at the left as like clearing the fog off my windshield. So many times there's opportunities and solutions right in front of us. If our windshield is covered in fog, we can't even see them. We can't have clear vision if we have a foggy windshield. And so the left side is just whatever you want to call it, verbal dump, word vomit. This is the less perfect, the better. This is not poetry. This is not something that you're going to share with your friends or family. This is just getting it all out. So this might just be literally stream of consciousness. This might be, I woke up feeling so overwhelmed. I'm mad because things are crazy in work because this person did that thing again yesterday because, like, no judgment. This is like ugly, gross, negative thoughts, just get them all out. And if you're someone who has a roadblock to like writing out your thoughts because you're afraid someone's going to see them, what I needed to do at the beginning was a write and burn. So I would write and I would either burn it or tear it up and throw it away, because then I could at least get it out. The whole purpose of the left side of the page is to get it out and off your body and out of your mind. The right side of the journal then is where we get to create our future vision. This is where you can write your goals. This is maybe, you want to focus on something so simple as, how do you want to feel today? What do you want to call more of into your life? What emotion would you love to feel today? What is something that maybe you need today? And kind of like take the guesswork out of it, whether or not it's something that someone else can provide for you or you can provide for yourself, just simply write it down. If on the left side, it was all about you're feeling burnt out and tired and overworked, on the right side, maybe that would be something like, I need nurturing today. I need help today. I need support today. You could write 3 things that you're grateful for and get into a state of gratitude. The left side is all about clearing out the past, and the right side is the future. And what's so cool is there's literally no wrong way to do this. And just spending 5 minutes in the process, whatever it looks like, is what's going to get you back into your center. So remember, every time that we spend time in alignment in our center, we are forging that new path. We are creating those beautiful new synapses in our brain so that this becomes a more familiar place that we can access when we need to hit that reset button in the moment of chaos, in the moment of overwhelm. All right, so let me know your comments. I would love to hear if you're someone who's journaling, if you're someone who's never considered it, but now you're going to jump in, if you're going to grab my journal, if you have a favorite journal, all the things. I would love to hear your feedback. Okay, the second one, this is my favorite. This is my absolute favorite. Feed your mind with inspiration. I can't even help but get lit up about this because there is so much power in this practice. And this tool number 2 is simply about having a great book to read. Now, hear me out, because for so long, I felt like I couldn't read a book. I didn't have hours to spend putting my feet up, opening a book, and kind of like ducking out of life into this other world. This isn't about the hours. This is about the minutes. And so if you simply commit to spend 5 minutes a day, either in the beginning of your day or at night, reading, that is a win. The books I would suggest using are non-fictional, transformational, self-help, empowerment books, because these are going to actually move the needle. So you're not only going to spend those 5 minutes getting back to your center, which is what this whole practice is about. So almost any book would really serve this purpose. But what if you took it one step further? Right? Our brain is super programmable at this time. So what if during this 5 minutes, you read a book that's actually going to start to shift how you live your life? And if that interests you, what if you joined my free book club where I suggest these books for you? I curate a list of books each month that are going to do the job, and we read them together, and then we meet up on a Zoom. I'll put all the info for that below. You can simply click the link, find out what you need to do, and join this incredible community of women that are spending mere minutes a day reading these empowering books and making major improvements in our life by taking these subtle steps and switches. I would love to have you in the community. Okay, bonus tip number 3. This is how, again, we make this happen fast and easy, because I think for all of us, time is of the essence and we all feel like we don't have enough of it. So the way that you amplify these practices, creating those neural synapses. Remember, every time I say neural synapse, I want you to think of a new path. You used to choose this old way. We're not going to try to fix that old way anymore. We're simply creating a new path. We're starting fresh, and we're making it really simple. We're spending mere minutes a day and making them super effective and intentional. So remember, first thing in the morning and last thing at night, your subconscious is super programmable. It's because of a certain state that your brain goes in. Just think, easy to program. What can take us out of this state is light. And so the third bonus tool is being super conscious and aware of your light sources. So any of you who have followed me for any amount of time, you'll see the red lights all around our house or on my platform. So in the morning, I'm going to encourage you, don't turn on those lights, because that's going to completely take you out of the easiest way to form this path quickly. So I'm going to drop below in the description my favorite red lights on Amazon. You can simply switch these in your lamp. I mean, these are like under $10 a piece. These have no therapeutic benefit. However, they are going to keep you in that programmable state in your brain. So if all you do is take one of the lamps in your house and put a red light bulb in it and use that in the morning and use it at night, that's a huge win. That's going to get you to stay in the state where you can make these changes super quick and easy. When you're reading your book in the morning, so you need light to read a book, but you don't want to put on those bright lights to get you out of the super programmable brain state. So what do? Grab this super cute, super inexpensive clip-on book light. You can grab it on Amazon. I'll share the link below, and this is going to keep you in that subtle programmable state. I love my book light. It's with me everywhere I go. This is also great so that if you're someone who reads like super early in the morning or late at night and you've got bed buddies, it's not going to disturb their slumber. The other one, if you are wanting to journal and it's the wee hours of the morning or late at night, but you don't want to turn on those bright lights, this is a great pen. This pen actually has red light attached to it. So you can see what you're writing from the tip of your pen, but again, it's not going to throw you out of the programmable brain state. The other thing you can do if you want to take it one step further is you can grab a therapeutic red light. Those are a little bit more of an investment, but you're getting some health benefits from spending time in front of that light as well. If you happen to be living in the season where the days are getting shorter, these red lights are so delicious too for helping to recharge your cells and get you feeling like you're having the benefits of the sun on those colder, darker days. All right, so you now have 2 powerful, easy tools along with a third bonus tool. Every morning, you can literally choose which one resonates most with you. Simply set a timer for 5 minutes. Lose yourself in the practice and watch your life change. Remember, this is not about doing this perfectly. This is about making intentional choices that support the calm, connected version of you that you are stepping into. Remember, just focus on that one step and the rest will become more clear as you form that new path and these new connections in your brain. I'm so excited to hear what you thought of this episode. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and hit that like button. I would love to hear your comments, questions, suggestions, feedback. You can either put them in the comments is the best way, or if it's more comfortable for you, go ahead and shoot me an email. If you thought about someone in your life that can also benefit from this empowering information, go ahead and click that share button and send it her way. Lastly, make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss any future content. And I'm so excited to hear how this goes for you, and I will see you soon.